close your eyes and let yourself drift back through the corridors of time. Tonight, we are embarking on a gentle voyage across centuries, sailing past the ordinary and into the extraordinary. History is not only made of great battles or mighty rulers, but also of small, quiet wonders that almost seem too incredible to believe. One by one, we will uncover 100 of these truths. Each is a candle flickering in the vast darkness of time, lighting the way for your imagination as you drift softly towards sleep. In the cradle of Mesopotamia, thousands of years ago, people were already recording how they prepared food. Clay tablets, inscribed in cuneiform, reveal recipes for stews and bread, delicately blending herbs and meats into nourishing dishes. These were not just meals, but offerings to the gods, written with reverence. Imagine a fire glowing in a clay oven, the rich aroma of spices filling the air, and a community gathered in gratitude. It is soothing to think that even across 4 millennia, the comfort of a warm meal still connects us with those who came before. In ancient Egypt, workers who built the Great Pyramids were not slaves, as so often imagined, but laborers who were compensated with food and beer. Their rations included loaves of bread, onions, and jars of frothy barley brew. Archaeologists uncovered this truth from village remains near the Giza Plateau. Picture the sun rising over golden stone, men sharing a hearty meal before their day's toil. They lifted blocks heavier than any man should, yet their spirits were sustained by simple nourishment, reminding us that monumental achievements rest upon ordinary acts of daily care. Across the sands of the Sahara lies evidence of a time when this desert was not desert at all, but a flourishing landscape of lakes and rivers. Thousands of years ago, giraffes roamed freely, and fish swam in waters that are now long dry. Cave paintings in the region show hunters with bows standing beside wild animals. The Sahara, now so silent and harsh, was once a thriving cradle of life. It is a gentle reminder that the earth itself is ever-changing, shifting beneath the stars, whispering stories of worlds that seem almost like dreams. Far to the east in China, the invention of paper transformed human history. Around 2,000 years ago, a court official named Kowun developed a method using mulberry bark, rags, and hemp fibers. What he created was light, strong, and inexpensive, spreading knowledge in ways never before possible. Imagine the first sheets drying in the sun, destined to carry poems, prayers, and dreams across generations. A single piece of paper, humble and fragile, has preserved thoughts for thousands of years, allowing voices from long ago to speak softly to us even now. In the ancient city of Athens, democracy was born, though in a form quite different from today. Citizens would gather, sometimes by the thousands, to vote not with paper, but with pebbles and shards of pottery. These fragments, called ostra, determined leaders and sometimes decided who would be exiled. Picture the quiet clink of pottery against pottery as names were scratched into the surface. Though limited to a small portion of society, this act of collective decision-making planted the seed of governance by the people, a seed that still shapes the world we live in. In the depths of Roman engineering lies an enduring mystery. Their concrete, stronger than much we use today, has survived nearly 2 millennia. Temples, aqueducts, and harbors remain intact despite the endless touch of waves and weather. Scientists have discovered that volcanic ash, lime, and seawater created a chemical reaction that strengthened over time rather than weakening. Imagine seawater lapping gently at stone walls built when gladiators still roared in the Colosseum. Rome's builders, without knowing it, left us a material that refuses to fade, a silent monument to the ingenuity of forgotten hands. Among the high peaks of the Andes, the Inca Empire built a road network stretching more than 25,000 meters. Paved paths wound across mountains and valleys, linking cities with remarkable precision. Without wheels, without horses, runners carried messages along these routes, relaying news at speeds that rival our modern postal systems. Picture a lone messenger sprinting along a narrow stone path, mountains rising around him, carrying words from one ruler to another. Each footstep echoes remind us that wisdom flourished in many places, often where the wider world least expected it. In Japan, for centuries, a single tree has been worshipped as a living monument. The Jomon Sugi, a cedar on Yakushima Island, is estimated to be more than 7,000 years old. Its trunk, gnarled and immense, has seen countless generations come and go. Beneath its branches, pilgrims stand in reverence, whispering prayers carried away by mountain winds. The tree has weathered storms, droughts, and centuries of silence, yet still it stands. It is humbling to imagine a living being whose age stretches so far beyond our own, a guardian of memory rooted in earth and time. And far away in the frozen north, the Vikings carried ravens aboard their longships. Released into the sky, the birds could guide sailors towards land, for they would not fly far before turning back. In this way, black wings against the gray horizon became beacons of hope for weary seafarers. Picture the creak of oars, the salt spray upon the deck, and a raven wheeling in the air above. It is a gentle detail from an age often remembered for battle, showing instead the quiet intelligence of sailors listening to the wisdom of nature. In the shadow of ancient temples, Egyptian priests once kept trained baboons to assist with rituals. These creatures were taught to fetch objects, clap to rhythms, and even guard sacred spaces. Their presence in carvings and papyrus writings suggests they were not just animals, but companions in spiritual practice. Imagine the early morning light streaming through stone columns, a priest chanting softly while a baboon sits watchful at his side. History often surprises us with these gentle glimpses of connection between people and animals, where reverence for the sacred included the companionship of living beings. Long before glass lenses or telescopes, the ancient Greeks discovered that polished crystal could bend and magnify light. A clear piece of quartz, shaped and smoothed, could make letters appear larger when placed above them. Some scholars believe this was the earliest form of a magnifying glass, used to read fine inscriptions or start fires. Picture sunlight passing through clear stone, illuminating a scroll of faded ink. Though humble in appearance, this discovery marked a small but extraordinary step toward scrofula. Ceremonies were held where sufferers approached rulers, hoping for relief. Imagine a great hall filled with flickering torchlight, a line of weary travelers waiting with hope in their hearts. While science now explains much, in those moments, healing was as much about faith as medicine. It reveals the quiet power of belief where trust in human touch offered comfort amid hardship. Beneath the waves of the Mediterranean lies a city swallowed by time. Heracleion, once a thriving port of ancient Egypt. For centuries it was thought to be only legend, until divers discovered its ruins, temples, and colossal statues resting on the seabed. Imagine swimming through green water, past stone carved in honor of forgotten gods, fish drifting lazily through what was once bustling streets. Cities are often thought of as eternal, yet Heracleion whispers that even the mightiest centers of trade and worship can vanish into silence, leaving behind only echoes beneath the sea. High in the Himalayas, Buddhist monks have practiced a ritual for centuries known as tamo. Through deep meditation and breath control, they can raise their body temperature, generating enough heat to sit calmly in freezing snow. Observers describe steam rising as wet sheets wrapped around them dry in icy winds. Imagine the stillness of a mountain night, the stars glimmering overhead while a lone monk sits serene, warmth radiating from within. It is a quiet marvel of the human mind and spirit, showing how inner peace can shape even the physical body against